Hey guys, just wanted to hop on here real quick and let you know that spring is just a few weeks away. And for you guys that are in the service business, you're going to go out and you're going to give a lot of quotes for whether it's pressure washing, roof washing, house washing, concrete, lawn service, gutter cleaning, pool cleaning, pooper scooping, I don't know, whatever it is that you do, you're going to go out, you're going to give bids to people, and some you're going to get with no objection whatsoever. They're going to say, hey, that's awesome, thanks. The other ones are going to say, I found somebody cheaper, or the last guy did it for this price. And don't take those to heart. That's just people trying to be a consumer. You know, people like to save money, and most of the time, and sometimes even if they do have a lot of money, they're still going to try to get it cheaper. You know, it might be why they have money, because they've tried to get stuff cheaper their whole life. Who knows? But just don't take offense to it. Just realize that they're a consumer. When you hear somebody say, well, I can get it done cheaper, or this guy's going to do it cheaper, just ask them, you know. Well, and this is what I say. I call them up, or I text them and I say, hey, I was just following up. And they say, well, we appreciate it, but we found somebody cheaper. My first thought is, well, I lost a customer, but let me try to save it. And I'll just say, okay, well, just make sure that, you know, you vet the company, check them out, look and see their before and after pictures online. Maybe they're a referral. Make sure that you have a good referral. Don't just go from a company that you've never heard of before, or somebody you've never heard of that's, you know, new to the business, doesn't have any kind of reviews. Don't do that. You know, what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, hey guys, you know, I understand that you found somebody cheaper. I hope they do a good job for you. Just vet the company. Okay, just vet them, make sure that they do good work, make sure that you can look and see they have reviews or before and after pictures, so they know what they're doing, so they don't do any damage. And if that's the case, and you still want to go with them, I hope they do a good job for you. If they don't, give us a call. You know, I don't try to take it to heart. I don't try to be a salesman and be pushy and say, no, you have to go with us, you have to do this, because, you know, at the end of the day, we're spraying water. It isn't that difficult. But you do have to have a lot of knowledge. You got to have a lot of knowledge to not damage things. And, you know, you can get all that knowledge on YouTube for free, but a lot of it you can't, okay? A lot of it is just experience. So that's what I always tell customers when they say, well, we can do it cheaper. I had a lady one time, I was mowing her yard, and she had gutters. And she said, do you clean gutters out too? And I said, yeah. And she goes, well, how much would it be for mine? And a pretty average price, even though her house was a little bit bigger, I said, you know, it'd be $100. And she was like, oh man, you know, that's pretty high. The last guy did it for 25. And I said, well, you better call him back, because there's no way I'm getting on a roof for $25 and blowing the gutters out. That just isn't going to happen. And it wasn't that I was being a smart aleck to her, but I mean, it was just, that's big difference, you know. You taking a risk, getting up on a ladder, falling off. And I'm sure somebody may even, you know, cringe at $100, but I feel like that's a good price for gutters. But don't let that bother you. Don't let the I found somebody cheaper bother you. We priced a job back in January, and it was a job that I really didn't have time to do, because I was trying to get my house put back together, and the people end up finding somebody that could get it done like on that weekend, and they were like $600 cheaper than I was. And I said the same thing. I hope they do a good job for you. And her response back was, they did. So they had already came out and did the job. They had already came out and did the work, and they did a good job for them. And you know, that's great. Like I said, you're always going to find somebody cheaper. Just because somebody's cheaper doesn't mean they're bad. You know, they may not know. They may be new in the business. They may be trying to get their foot in the door. But just because they're cheaper don't mean they're bad. Just because you're more expensive doesn't mean you're better. You know, it kind of goes both ways. So, two things. Last year, I know I lost a lot of work because of jobs, because I lost a lot of jobs because of pricing. Some I didn't care to lose, because I was like, you know, we're just so far off in price, it's not even comparable. And then some, it was like, well, I just don't understand, you know, that's not that big of a difference. But one is, you're going to lose jobs. You're not going to have 100% close rate. If you do, you're probably too cheap. but I don't see anybody having that kind of close rate. And then two, if you go to a house, bundle the job. If you're doing a house in the driveway, give them a little bit of a discount. You know, if you're doing 3 things, give them a discount. And that's just my thoughts. And I think about anybody that has a business is going to say the same thing. Well, if I'm already here, I can go ahead and knock this out for you too. And you don't have to leave and come back, schedule it another day. You're already there, do the work. You may lose, say, $25 or $50, but to the homeowner, you know, they saved that money and you still made, you know, a good payday. So that being said, I'm going to try to make some more of these videos this spring coming up because, you know, a lot of guys getting into business, they always ask the questions on equipment, but they don't ever ask, you know, anything about marketing. They don't ever ask about, you know, dealing with objections with customers. With insurance, we deal with objections all the time. Every day we're making phone calls, we're dealing with some sort of objection. You're not just going to get a bunch of laydowns all the time. And so with that being said, you know, you're going to get those same objections when you have a service business. You're going to have people question this and question that. And, well, do you use bleach? And why do you use bleach? And I heard bleach was bad. Well, are you going to damage it? You got to have answers to all that. So I'm going to make some more videos like this coming up in the next few days, next few weeks. So stick around. But just wanted to hop on here. When you guys hear that, I can find it cheaper. I got it cheaper. Don't let it bother you. Just know how to object it. So we'll catch you next time. See ya.